All right, so I was kind of like recording a video to show like the differences between side generation, server side rendering, and just a static web page. And I kept running into this bug, and it took me a while to debug it. So I want to kind of show you what happens. I was copying and pasting some example code from the Bootstrap website and putting it into this user component. And for some reason, they had some hard-coded styling here. I don't know, like margin bottom of 10 pixels. So let me just add that styling, and I want to show you what happened to my website. I think I might need to do a yarn dev here to host that next server real quick. So let me do that. And let me just close out of some of these other things because I don't really need them anymore. But let's go ahead and refresh this page. I want to show you something that happens, which it took me a good, good while to figure out what the heck's going on. So when I scroll down, actually, I don't know if it even requires me to scroll down, but when the users loads, I guess I should kind of show you beforehand, like what's going on. Let me let me see if this page will load. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me comment this out, and I want to show you like what I'm trying to show first. Obviously, I didn't really prepare for this video, so I'm kind of jumping around. But the idea is like we have this page, and then there's a bunch of like cards, right? Ricky Bobby. So we have like these cards that render out, and if you go to the static route, this is going to fetch those users and then display them after about a second. So you'll see like down here it'll flash, and then you'll get the users displayed. So I had that Bootstrap code kind of copied over, which had this styling. And for some reason, this just breaks the entire application. Maybe this is something obvious in React that whenever you have styles that are written like that, it's a big no-no. But the thing that kind of frustrates me, and like what I wanted to kind of talk about in this video, is that there's literally no indication about what I'm doing wrong. It doesn't say anything about styling. It just says React will try to recreate this component tree from scratch using the error boundary you provided, error boundary. You scroll through all this, stack trace kind of sucks. It doesn't really tell you like what you need to look for. Or maybe it does, and I just don't know what I'm looking at. But it tells you what component it's in. So I knew that there's something wrong with the user component because I went through and I started like commenting crap out. Like I went here and I went down to the user, and I'm like, okay, let's just not render out users and see what happens. And the page started working after that. So I knew for a fact that the issue was in the user component, but I just couldn't pinpoint what the issue was. I don't know why this didn't refresh. Let me refresh the page. Okay. So like comment that out, everything works fine again. So like I knew that the issue's in here, but I spent a lot of time looking through this because I'm like, dude, this component is so simple. It's just a simple Bootstrap card. I'm passing in props. So I tried commenting out some of these user things. I thought maybe the issue was like with one of these. Then I started going to Stack Overflow. Oh, I also started looking into like the image tag. Like maybe the issues with this, like this is like a next component that is supposed to like do like optimization of your images. So I commented this stuff out. It still wasn't working. And then I slowly started like commenting different things out until it started working again and figured out, okay, if I comment this whole thing out, it works. If I leave it in, it breaks. And then it kind of led me to, okay, line 15, I'm doing styling, but this is like the traditional HTML way of doing styling. So like, I thought this would work in React, but I guess obviously if you do this type of styling, it just breaks your entire React application. And React or next.js just decides that we don't care about doing good user experience or developer experience. We're just going to throw an error and say good luck. Maybe that was a design decision to just make React be optimized, but I think they should have at least done some type of check to see if you have a styling that is hard coded like this, to just give a better error message. Because if I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out what was going on, I can't imagine a beginner spending, I don't know, hours trying to figure out why their stuff's not working when all they needed to do is just do like this. They need to do this the proper way. So I don't know. It's like when you're more experienced, you start thinking that the bug is something more complex than it really is. But really, the bugs always end up being the stupidest mistake because you typed something incorrectly. And you can blame yourself, but really you should be blaming these frameworks and these libraries for not doing good like error handling. Like this is an error that could have been caught and a better message could have been displayed to me as a developer so that I didn't have to waste a bunch of time like debugging this. And I don't know if this is React's problem or next.js's problem, but somewhere down the line, like there needs to be more stuff put into place so that it helps beginners and developers not waste time. Anyway, this is just a rant video. I still like React, I still like Next, but there's some stuff about the error handling that I've seen in React that's just like pure garbage. Have a good day and happy coding.